My name is Joe Gangloff. I'm the Deputy Director of the United States Office of Government Ethics. And so by law and ethics, I'm prohibited from endorsing anything specifically, so I'll only talk about my personal experience and not my agency's experience. I've had the good pleasure of being involved with this program and acting as a judge. And I try to say some things in a somewhat compartmentalized way, actually. With respect to institutions and educational organizations considering involvement, I would point out that this is probably a premier way to demonstrate commitment to the area of ethics, to raise awareness generally, and also to promote dialogue among your faculty members as well as your students. You get that for just being involved in the first place. The faculty members, I would caution you that you have to be a somewhat courageous mentor to be involved in this program, because your students are actually going to get an experience with real practitioners, and they're going to have views that are a little different from yours, whether you have been in practice before or whether you're just an academic, as we would say, or all of that of being an academic. The point is they're going to see different views, and no matter how well you think you prepare them for their presentation, there are going to be aspects that they only are going to see with a real view, a real world perspective. So I have seen this in action. I have seen what happens when students really have a light bulb go on and probably learn in a couple of minutes through maybe one or two questions directed at them by practitioners, something that may have been difficult to grasp literally in writing term papers or studying it for hours. To the student, I would say a couple of things. One is this is really an activity that you can't lose at. The mere opportunity to participate in this, to see practitioners, to see the passion that they bring to their work, regardless of whether you have an interest ultimately in the ethics and compliance area or in other areas, simply to see real-world people who have a passion for the work they do, I think is an important thing to see. The other thing I would really emphasize is that, in my mind at least, these are not really debates in the style of emphasis being on form over substance. The people who judge these are not debate moderators. They're not debaters in terms of saying you get points for this or that. They're really looking at the thought process and the presentation style that goes into making a persuasive argument. So you learn about that. Given the fact that you do the preparation, you have the opportunity to prepare a real-world argument to give to real-world people, to get real-world feedback, not only formally during the presentation, but afterwards in a very informal exchange of views and conversations at a dinner as well. It's really difficult to see how, if you have the time or any inclination to do this, you could walk away from this opportunity, because it really is a significantly big one.